If you guys want a guaranteed, hit book now on my website and get in line, okay? So, first person that I am talking to. Now, I have to hold this up for my absolutely beautiful assistant. It is Ashley talking to Jay, and that's how it will appear on YouTube. So, all right, Ashley. This person says, yeah, partial responsibility. It was a situation that got out of control. And he's like, and this guy. And then you have a father figure on the other side. That tells me that he ended up passing medically, and either he had a hard time breathing or a hard time like communicating, could be eating something really restricted in the throat area. Does that make sense for you? As soon as I started that. So it's your husband and it's your dad. I love that they're there together, and I love that they're getting along together, because he's like, there's me, here's how I passed, and then there's this guy who's the father figure, and lo and behold, it was definitely your dad. So that is awesome that he comes right through this. Can't keep those dads away, that's for sure. Okay, fantastic. So first of all, both of them up here, crystal clear. Of course, there's another older lady up here too. Anyone you'd need to communicate with, I've got you. But just so you know, dad, hubby, everyone's good. Bloop, up in the attic space, we're all good to go, okay? Okay, cool. With you all the time, all the other beautiful things that I could say. Anytime you visit them, there they are. All right, so this male. He says that you still have jewelry in honor of his memory. He goes, and it could be something I gave her too. I think you keep that like memorabilia. And if it is hubby, maybe it's both y'all's wedding rings, okay? He tells me it passes in a tragic way. It's a situation that seems to get out of control. And he also tells me that you have clothes in honor of his memory. Looks like you have quite a few things still in honor of his memory. I'm just trying to pull together some specific things. So I would say like a shirt, a small shrine, and a piece of him. Does that make sense? He just told me, he goes, Kato, can you please tell her that she needs to, I want to say, don't be so hard on yourself, but that's easier said than done, right? I need you, Kato, tell her, I need you to speak kindly to yourself. Because that's how you make this magic happen. And he's got this way of like just being goofy and bringing you an upbeat vibe. I asked him how he ends up passing. He goes, it was really quick, and no, I didn't mean for anything to go that way. Death was not the intention. You wear his wedding band, and you haven't touched any of his stuff or clothes, and they're in exactly the same place. I know, I'm looking around, and I'm like, seems like you still have quite a few things around here. Shirts and jewelry, and you wear his wedding band. That is very unique. I love this. Okay. How did he end up passing? So the analogy he gives me is like, I'm kind of bird's eye viewing a road or a car on the road, and then the road starts to like sinkhole, and then he just like doesn't realize it till it's too late, and he gets drugged into the situation that he's in. So this essentially talks about the situation escalating, not having a lot of precursors. He's like, one thing leading to another, you got it. And then I heard, she found out through a phone call or this, that. I just hear phones ringing in the background. He goes, so that was kind of shitty. I know I'm doing a lot. One time I was doing a reading in Minnesota in person, and I just kept going, and she was crying. And my assistant looked at me and was like, stop. I was like, I'm so sorry. I literally had to turn around. I had to break eye contact or I was just going to keep going. It's wild. As you guys can feel, I can keep going and keep communicating. It's a lot of fun. Sometimes I'm like, skirt, and I got to put the brakes on for just a minute. Whew. So, but it's all the confirmation. I know. I feel like I give no room for everyone to catch up, but I know you guys rather have everything than me go slow. We don't want to go slow. We want details. He keeps talking about a specific zip-up hoodie. That's like our everyday hoodie, but it's his. So it goes beyond that. I'm putting messages, but I don't know if you can see them. Ashley, you're getting filtered. You are getting filtered. Teresa, you can submit your name of your loved one and your phone number if you'd like to be someone who receives a free phone call after this message. You can also sign up for Guaranteed if you need to make sure you get in today. You can also, Ashley, if you need to respond to a moderator, if I've got moderators, please let yourself be known in the comment section. You can respond to them. You can be a little more vague about how they ended up passing. You could use emoji or a code word. Lady Liberty is here. Of course, Lady Liberty is here. Randa's here. Lady Liberty, would you be interested in moderating a social media page in exchange for an Attic Space Premium membership? Thought I'd ask you because you're pretty... Okay, great. Email me, boo-boo. Email me. Great. Great. Ask less, right? Just email me. Hit me up on a platform or something. We'll get it figured out. Randa's in charge. And then we got Catherine, Lady Liberty. It's a good little crew we got here. Okay, beautiful. That feels great. Okay, so... Now we are going to try to bring it down for a second while we get some confirmation of how Jay ended up passing. Of course, these readings stretch on a little longer. Obviously, have you said about how old that person was? I don't know. He looks like late 20s, early 30s. Still got a little bit of a gangster hat, and the way he talks is a little frivolous. So I like it. Sweet, but lot to learn, he says. So, I don't know, late 20s or early mid-30s. He was 41. He was a young-ass 41. For sure. How'd he end up passing, Ashley? It's driving me crazy. And how did Dad pass? Because he had talked about that medical thing. As soon as I channel him again, it's going to be hard to communicate again, but... He looks like a healthy 41. That's great news. He says, I just go about my business all the time. And he's like, and that's part of the problem. Okay, this sounded just like my dad. That was wild. Controlled chaos is resonating with everything. My dad passed from lung and heart failure. It probably didn't help that his body wasn't getting enough oxygen because of having all that hard time breathing. That makes total sense. Okay, how did Honey Bunny pass? Now that we've got you unblocked secretly, hurry, but just be very vague. And one thing he keeps telling me is that he keeps emphasizing sunshine. He goes, I'm crossed over. So I think we helped him with that partial responsibility one of the last times that we may have channeled him as well. Your dad's really funny, and he said his heart was made out of twigs. I think you're being filtered again. He's like, some people's hearts can really handle it, but mine just crumbled under pressure. And then this lady on the other side, it's gotten you through a heart attack before, and he giggles. Ah, Jay drank. Okay, well, that makes sense. That makes sense. The sinkhole takes you and you don't even realize it, and it's too late. And by the time that you're like, hey, what's going on? The situation has already pulled you in, that partial responsibility, everything getting out of control. And so I really love that he emphasized how hold on to the corgi butt after. And I really love how he emphasized that it's a situation that got out of control and that we've already taken responsibility for that, so his soul doesn't have to anymore, which is amazing. So there's all that validation. He knows that you haven't gotten rid of any of his stuff. He goes, make something out of it. He keeps saying to pass stuff down, but I can't tell if y'all have a baby. But I would love to see you like make a shirt out of something, make a teddy bear. Okay, no, she's not touching that for like he goes, you could tell her to use the shirts I didn't even care about, and it's not happening. Oh, and he says that he would love for you to like make something, a big blanket, teddy bears, things to pass down to your 5-year-old. I'm like sitting here, he's making me feel like he's got a kid, and yep, he was right. So he acknowledges your little one together and makes something out of that in honor of his memory for the little one. Love you, Ashley. Thanks so much for